Hello students, today also we'll do another revision paper. So today we'll do Northwestern Province Year-End Evaluation 2018. So this is paper 1, you get 2 hours. So this is the same structure as your O-level paper. So here this paper consists of 8 pages and also answer all questions in the paper itself. That means spaces are given so you can give your answers there. So 25 short questions in part A, 5 long questions. So what about the time? So you can spend 1 hour for part A and 1 hour for part B. So one short question you can spend 2 minutes and 24 seconds and one question from part B you can spend 12 minutes. So before you look at the video, you have to first do it and then check your answers with my video. So we'll do paper 1, part A. So try 1 to 7. Here in this one again it says each question carries 2 marks in part A and 10 marks for each questions in part B. So we'll do it. Question number 1. In between which whole numbers does the value of root 40 lie? So we know root 40 is in between 36 square root and 7 times 7, 49 square root. So we know square root 36 is 6. Square root 49, that's 7. So they are just asking in between which whole numbers does the value of root 40 lie? In between 6 and 7. So you can write 6 and 7. So you already know how many marks? 2 marks for each question in part A. Question number 2, solve. So find the value of x. 12 over x plus 5 equals 3. So what's the first step? You can take 5 to the other side. So that means subtract 5 from both sides. Subtract 5. So you get minus 5. So 3 minus 5. So 12 over x is equal to 5 and 5 get cancelled out. 3 minus 5 is minus 2. Then you can write this one as 1 and cross multiply. Multiply by x. Here x times minus 2 minus 2x. 1 times 12, 12. Now you can divide both sides by minus 2. So what you get? X becomes minus 6. So you get 2 marks. 1 mark and 1 mark for the method. So you don't write down everything, but make sure that you write down several steps so that at least you get method mark. If the answer is only there and it is correct only, you get 2 marks. Otherwise, you get, if the method is there, 1 mark and 1 mark for the accuracy. So try to write down at least several steps to get method mark. Question number 3. How long will it take to remove 540 liters of water amount in a tank using a pipe through which water flows at a uniform rate of 18 liters per minute? So 1 minute, it's 18 liters. They are asking what's the time it takes. So the other way around we have to write 18 liters, 1 minute. 540 liters, how many minutes? So 1 divided by 18 into 540. So 540 divided by 18. So what's the value? So 18 times 3, 54. So here 3, 0. So that means 30 minutes. So 2 marks for that question. So 1 mark for the answer and 1 mark for the method. Question number 4. Find the value of x. So we know the sum of angles in a triangle is equal to 180. So we can find out x. X and 3x becomes 4x. And take 52 to the other side. That means you subtract 52. So what's the answer? 8 and here 2, 1. So 4x equals 128 means what is x? Divide by 4. X is 32. So 32 degrees. So 2 marks again, 1 mark and 1 mark here. Question number 5, factorize. So this is a quadratic expression. So what you do to find out the factors? We multiply these two. So when you multiply 2 and minus 3, you get minus 6 and here x squared. What are the factors to get minus 6x squared? And when you add the factors, you need to get the middle term 1x. Here minus means we look at the difference. So what are the factors? 3 and 2. And plus x is there, so the bigger number is plus. So 3x and this is minus. Now we can split the middle term to 3x and minus 2x. Take 2 terms at once and factorize. Take x out, you get 2x plus 3. Here you can get minus 1 out. Then this becomes 2x plus 3. 2x plus 3 is common for both the terms and you can take it out and the remaining one you can write like this. So what are the two factors? 2x plus 3 and x minus 1. So 2 marks. Question number 6, write in index form. So this is in log notation. 3 is the base, 27 is equal to x. So can you remember? 10 squared is 100. This is in index notation. How can you write in log notation? Base goes here and the number is equal to the index. So remember this one. So how can you write this one? So when it comes to log notation, when you take 10 squared becomes 100. So likewise, you can do 3 to the power x becomes 27. So that's the index form. So 2 marks. Question number 7. Look at carefully. Find the value of x. X is the exterior angle. Can you see these two lengths are equal? That means if this is y, this is y. So first you can find y and then 130 plus y is equal to x because exterior angle is equal to the sum of opposite interior angles. So we'll try to do, so 180. So 2y becomes 180 minus 130. So 50. What is y? Y becomes 50 divided by 2. You get 25 degrees. If y is 25, so what is x? 130 plus 25. 5, 5, 1. 155. So 2 marks. 1 mark for the answer and 1 mark for the method. Now you can try question number 8 to 13. Question number 8. multiples of 3 between 1 and 15. So write the set A with elements. So what are the elements? A is multiples of 3 between 1 and 15 means you are not taking 1 and 15. So 3, 6, 9, 12 and 15 you can't write. So that's the set with elements. Then the second one, find NA. NA means number of elements in A. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can write 4 there. So you get 2 marks, 1 mark for the first one and 1 mark for the second part. Question number 9. A house of assessed annual values 18,000 is charged annual rates of 9%. Calculate the rates that have to be paid for a year. So 9% of 18,000. So you can write down the rates is equal to 18,000 into 9%. That means 9 over 100. 2 zeros get cancelled out. You get 0. 9 times 8, 72. And 9 times 1, 9 plus 7, 16. 1,620. So 1 mark and 1 mark. 2 marks for that. Question number 10. If the perimeter of the shaded part in the figure is 52, find the perimeter of the unshaded part. So, shaded part. So, what are the shaded? When you take the shaded part, what are the boundaries? You get this part, this part, this part and this part. So that's 52. So can you see when you take the unshaded part, you get this one. So this one is same as that. This part is same as this one. So you are getting that part as well. And this part is same as this part. And this part is same as this part. So you get the same perimeter. So what's the perimeter of the unshaded part? Perimeter is same as unshaded part. So perimeter of unshaded is 52 centimeters. So same as shaded part. So 2 marks there to identify this one and same answer. So in this case, perimeter of the shaded one is same as the perimeter of the unshaded one. Solve. This is a quadratic equation. Square term is there. So what's the easiest way to do? We can take square root both sides. When you take square root, you can get minus 3. So square root of 16. It can be plus or minus. So what's the square root of 16? Plus or minus 4. So what's x? X becomes 3 plus or minus 4. 3 plus 4, one answer, that's 7, and 3 minus 4, you get minus 1. So 2 marks for both the answers. 1 mark here and 1 mark for this one. So you have to write down both. If you just write down plus 4, you get only 1 mark there. How you do the next one? Question number 12. The mean age of 5 students is 13 years. When another student of 19 years age joined, find the mean age of all the students. So what's the total age of 5 students? So total is equal to 5 times 13 because total divided by 5 is the mean value. So total becomes 13 times 5, 65. Then when another student of 19 years age joined, find the mean age of all students. So mean for the new one, previous total is 65 and 19-year-old student joined to this group. So you have to add that, and now there are 6 students. So you have to divide by 6. 9 plus 5, 14. 1 remaining, 7 plus 1, 8. 84 divided by 6, that's 1. For 24, that's 4. So 14 is the mean value. So mean is 14 years now. So 2 marks again. 1 mark for this one and 1 mark for the method. Question number 13. If the length of the chord AB is x, so the full thing is x, write the length of AP, half of it. What do you know about the radius? That means the line from the center to the chord is perpendicular. That means this line is bisected. So these two lengths are equal. So if AB is x, so what is AP? Half of that, x over 2 centimeters. So you need to know that theorem. So 2 marks for that. Now you can try question number 14 to 20. 14. Find the time taken by a motor car to travel the distance of 216 kilometers with the uniform speed of 72 kilometers per hour. Both are in kilometers, so we can straight away find out the time. So what's the equation? Can you remember? Distance, speed, time. Distance over speed is time. Distance over time is speed. Speed times time is distance. Now you need time. So how you find out time? Distance over speed. Distance is given 216 kilometers and the speed is 72 kilometers per hour. So the answer is in hours. So what's that? 3 times 72 is 216. So 3 hours. So 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. Question number 15. The nth term of an arithmetic progression is 3n plus 2. In this progression, which term is 38? So Tn is given 3n plus 2. But 38 is the term. What is the n value? Just substitute 38 for the nth term. Take 2 to this side. 38 minus 2 is 3n. So 3n equals 38 minus 2 becomes 36. N becomes 36 divided by 3. That's 12. So 12th term is 38. 2 marks for the whole question. 16th one, simplify. 3 over x minus 1 over 2x. So what's the lowest common multiple of x and 2x? That's 2x. Convert both to 2x. Here you have to multiply by 2 to get 2x. 2 times 3, 6. 6 minus 1 becomes 5 over 2x. You can do by writing separately as well. 3 over x, what's the equivalent fraction? 6 over 2x. And 1 over 2x. So same answer, 6 minus 1. You get 5 because the same denominator is there. So 2 marks, 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. Question number 17. Using the information given in the diagram, find the length of the side SR. This is a parallelogram. Can you see opposite sides are parallel? So this is a parallelogram. SR is equal to PQ. So what is SR? That's same as PQ. So 8 centimeters. That's the first part. Find the value of X. So what do you know about these two angles? Allied angles add up to 180 if the two lines are parallel. So we can say X plus 110 is equal to 180. X becomes 180 minus 110. That's 70. So X becomes 70. So 2 marks, 1 mark and 1 mark here. So 2 marks for that. Question number 18. The probability of Vidusha passing the scholarship exam is 5/7. And Vinusha passing the scholarship exam is 3/4. Find the probability of both are passing the scholarship exam. So if you are planning to draw a tree diagram, how you draw? So if you take Vidusha, passing or failing. Passing is 5/7. So what's failing? That's 2/7. You don't need this for this part, but I'm explaining if it's a long question, how you can do that. P and F for Dinusha now. What's the passing probability for Dinusha? 3/4. Then this becomes 1/4. 3/4 and 1/4. So they are just asking what's the passing probability for both. So that means this part. So 5/7 into 3/4. So you multiply. These are two independent events. So probability of both pass is equal to 15/28. So you don't need to draw this diagram, but this is for your information. I did that. You can straight away multiply. So 2 marks for this. Question number 19. Write the equation of the straight line shown in the following Cartesian plane. So we need to find out the gradient first. How you find out the gradient? This is 1 point, 2, 3 given. And this point you can take as the other point, 0, 1. So how you find out the gradient? Difference between y coordinates, 3 minus 1, over difference between x coordinates, 2 minus 0. So 3 minus 1 is 2, 2/2, that's 1. So gradient is 1. And we know this is the y-intercept. So C equals 1. So what's the equation? Y equals mx plus c form is the general equation for a straight line. So m is 1. So 1x or x plus 1. So y equals x plus 1. So here, remember this formula, y2 minus y1, difference between y coordinates over difference between x coordinates. You can write other way around as well. You can take y1 first. Then you have to take x1 first here. So remember that. You can easily do this type of question. So the equation is this. 1 mark for the gradient and 1 mark for the y-intercept. So 2 marks. Question number 20. According to the data given in the diagram, find the value of ACD. ACD is this one. We need this one. O is the center. Can you see that? So that means this angle is 90 degrees. Semicircle angle is 90 degrees. So we'll write down ACB is 90 degrees. And what else you know? Same segment angles. Can you see? When you take BC, same segment angles are equal. So this is 55. And this is an isosceles triangle. If this is 55, this is 55. So what's the ACD angle? You can straight away get that 90 minus 55. So you get 5, 3, 35 degrees is ACD. So 2 marks there. 1 mark for the method and 1 mark for the answer. Now you can try question number 21 to 25. Find the positive integral solutions that satisfy the following inequality. 2x plus 1 less than or equal to 5. So we'll try to solve that first. Take 1 to the other side. So 2x becomes 5 minus 1. Then 5 minus 1 is 4. Then what you do, you can divide by 2. So when you are dividing by a positive number, nothing happens to the sign. So x becomes less than or equal to 2. So less than or equal to 2 means now you have to write down positive integral solutions. Positive integers. So what are the positive integers less than or equal to 2? 1 and 2 only. You can't write 0 there. So 2 marks for the whole thing. Question number 22. In the diagram, CB is equal to DE. It's already given. DAC is equal to ACD. And BAC is equal to EFD. So already marked there. Name 2 congruent triangles in the figure and write their case of congruency. Can you please look at these triangles? This triangle and this triangle. What can you say about these two? We know these 2 lines are parallel. So here and also these 2 lines are parallel. This angle is equal to this angle because of alternate angles. So ABD is same as BDF. Alternate angles. And already given BC is equal to DE. That's given. And also given BAC angle is equal to EFD angle. What can you say about these 2 triangles? These are congruent. So what are the 2 triangles? Congruent ABC triangle and DEF triangle. What's the case? They are asking congruency and write down the case of congruency. 2 angles and 1 length. Angle, side. So you get 2 marks for writing down the 2 triangles that are congruent and 1 mark for writing down the case of congruency. So 2 marks altogether. Question number 23. The external surface area of the following cylinder without the lid is 954 square centimeters. Find the curved surface area. So curved surface area is 2 pi RH. So we can write curved surface area plus area of the circle, one circle, because lid is not there. So you get only this part. So you get this part and this one, not the upper part, because the lid is not there. So how can you write down that one? You can write down curved surface area plus area of the circle. So what is area of the circle? Pi r squared is equal to 954, because the external surface area of the following cylinder is given. How will you find out the curved surface area? You can subtract pi r squared from that. Pi is 22/7. R is 7. So 7 times 7. So 7 get cancelled out. So 954 minus 7 times 2, 14, 1 remaining. 7 times 2, 14 plus 1, 15. So you get 0, 0, 8. So 800 square centimeters is the area of the curved surface. So 2 marks for that. 1 mark and 1 mark for the method. Question number 24. In the given figure, find the value of PRQ. PRQ. This angle. Can you see? When you look at OPQ triangle, this length is equal to this length. Radii. If this is 60, this is 60, then what is this angle? 180 minus 120. Again, this is 60. If this is 60, what is PRQ angle? Half of 60. So 60 divided by 2, 30. Why? We know angle subtended at the center is double as the angle subtended on the circumference. So if this is 60, this is half of it, 30. So 2 marks for that. Next question. This is the last question in part A. AB and AC are 2 boundaries of a land. The well P is situated such that 5 centimeters from A, equidistance from AB and AC. So what is equidistance from AB and AC? So that's the angle bisector. So this angle is equal to this. So this means the equidistance line. So what are the loci points you need to know? You need to know equidistance from a point. That's a circle. Equidistance from 2 points. That's a perpendicular bisector. And equidistance from 2 lines. That's the angle bisector. And equidistance from a line. That's a parallel line. 2 parallel lines up and down. So out of these 4 here, you have given this one. So this is the angle bisector and it's 5 centimeters from A. So that means what you have to do, you take 5 centimeter length and mark the arc. So this should be 5 centimeters from here. So the P value, this is P. P is the well, is situated on this line 5 centimeters away from A. So that's the locus of point P. So we can give 2 marks. 1 mark for marking 5 centimeters and 1 mark for marking P point. So that's the end of part A. Let's look at part B now. Now we'll look at part B. So part B you get 6 questions but you have to do only 5 questions. So how many minutes you can spend for each question? 12 minutes. So you can try question number 1, 2 and 3. So question number 1, again you get 2 parts. So you have to do this one. So the spaces are given in paper 1. So we'll do separately. Question number 1. Simplify. 2.5 divide by 3/4 minus 1/8. According to Bodmer's, brackets first. Bodmer's. Brackets first. And then you have to do division. So we'll do the brackets first. 2.5 you can convert to an improper fraction. So 2 times 2, 4 plus 1, 5. 5/2. Now inside different denominators, you have to convert to the same. 8 is the lowest common multiple. So that means convert to 8. 4 times 2, 8. 3 times 2, 6. 6 minus 1. So 5/2 divide by 6 minus 1, 5. 5/8. Then 5/2 multiplied by reciprocal of this. So 8 goes up and 5 goes down. Now simplify. 5 and 5 get cancelled out. 2 with 1, 2 with 4. So what's the answer? So you get 4. So 4 is the answer. So how you get marks here? So we'll look at the marking scheme. So according to the marking scheme, it says you get 3 marks for this step. So 3 marks for 5/2 and 8/5. So altogether 3 marks. Now we'll do the next one. So you get 2 parts there. Vipula received a question paper from his teacher. He answered 2/5 of the questions of that paper in the first day and answered 3 questions in the second day. At that time, he was answers exactly half of the questions of the paper. So 1 and 2 means half of the questions of the paper. After answering the first day, write the remaining number of questions as a fraction of total number of questions. So first day answered 2/5. So what's the remaining? Remaining part becomes 1 minus 2/5. So 1 you can write 5/5 minus 2/5 means 3/5. Then write the number of questions answered in second day as a fraction of total number of questions. So we know first 2 days completed half. First day 3/5. So what's the fraction of questions answered in the second day? Half minus 3/5. So second day answered, this is half minus 2/5. 2/5 first day. Now, what's the lowest common multiple? 10. So 5 into 1, 5 minus 2 times 2, 4. So 1/10 of the questions completed in the second day. So how you get marks for these two? We look at the marking scheme. It says 3/5. You get 2 marks for the first part and 1/10 you get 2 marks. So 4 marks for this. Next part. If he had answered 24 questions at the end of third day, write the remaining number of questions he had to answer as a fraction of total number of questions. So if we had to answer 24 questions at the end of third day. Now we can find out total number of questions there from this part. Second day he answered 3 questions. But what's the fraction there? 1 over 10. So 1 over 10 means 3 questions. So what's the full part? So you multiply by 10. So altogether number of questions in the question paper is 3 times 10. That's 30 questions are there. So he answered 24 questions at the end of third day. Write the remaining number. So what's the remaining number of questions? Remaining questions 30 minus 24. That's 6 questions are there. So write the remaining number of questions he had to answer as a fraction of total number of questions. So as a fraction, he needs to answer 6 more. Altogether, 30 questions are there. So 6 over 30. So 6 times 1, 6 times 5. So 1/5 of questions he needs to answer after the third day. So how many marks for third part? So third part, 3 marks. Now we can see whether we gave all 10 marks. 3 here. 3 and 4. 7. 7 plus 3, 10. So first question, 10 marks there. Now we'll do the question number 2. So question number 2, you get part A, 3 parts. And then part B, you get 2 parts. So we'll answer there. Among 2 boys and 3 girls, it is needed to select the president for the Science Association and English Association in certain school. Represent the sample space related to selecting students for the post of president of both associations in the given grid. Find the probability of selecting a boy student as the president of Science Association and a girl student as the president of English Association. So first of all, we need to fill the sample space diagram. So here it says 2 boys, B1 and B2, and 3 girls, G1, G2, G3. So same person can participate for both. So that means you can write all 3. So what are the possibilities you can get? First boy can be a president for the Science Association as well as English Association. So that's this. So first boy for Science and the second boy for English. So likewise, these are the outcomes you can get. Altogether, how many outcomes? 5 times 5. 25 outcomes are there. And find the probability of selecting a boy student as the president of Science Association. So that means this side boys and a girl student as the president of English Association. This side girls. So what's the required set? Boys and girls. So here this set is the required one. So if this is A, what's the probability of getting A? So they want find the probability. Probability of A is total outcomes in A is 6 out of 5 times 5, 25. So 6 over 25. Then find the probability of selecting the same student for the both posts. So what is the required set there? First boy, same position. So you can get Science Association President as well as English Association President. So here, this set. So only this part you can take. So if you take this one is B. So what's the probability of getting B? Probability of B. How many outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 25. Let's divide by 5. You get 1 over 5. So how many marks are there? So you get. We'll see how many marks for the second question. So the sample space diagram marking all the outcomes, 2 marks. 6 over 25, 2 marks. And 5 over 25, that's 1 mark. So 5 marks for part A. Now we'll do the next one. Part B. The tree diagram related to the selecting a student for the post of president of the association is given below. Complete the tree diagram and extend it until selecting a student for the post of president of the English Association. For the Science Association, boys. How many boys are there? 2 boys out of 5. So that's why 2 over 5. So what's the probability of getting a girl? 3 over 5. So this is for Science Association. What about the English Association? English Association. It can be boy or a girl. Here also boy or a girl. What's the probability? So same boy can select for the English Association president as well. So you get the same probability. 2 boys out of 5. 3 girls. 2 boys and 3 girls there. So this is the completed diagram, tree diagram. And now using the tree diagram, you can answer the last part. Find the probability of selecting a girl student as the president of at least one of the association. At least one means 1 or more chances. So you can't get this one. All the other branches are okay. Boy for a Science Association and girl for an English. Or girl for a Science one and boy for an English Association. Or both girls. So what's the easiest way to find out? 1 minus probability of both boys. So 1 minus 2/5 and 2/5. That's the easiest way to find out probability of at least one girl. So you get 1 minus 4 over 25. 2 times 2, 4, 5 times 5, 25. So that means 25 over 25 minus 4 over 25. So 21 over 25. So how many marks you are getting for this step? So 3 marks for completing this tree diagram. 1 mark here, 1 mark for this branch and 1 mark for this one. And finally, finding the probability, you get 2 marks. 21 over 25. So 3 plus 2, 5 here and 5 marks altogether. 10 marks for the 2 questions, 2 parts. Now let's do question number 3. The following pie chart represented that the ways of proposed to spend an amount of money donated by an institute for a school. To buy library books, to buy computer, to repair the furniture, to repair the buildings. What is the magnitude of the angle at the sector representing the proposed amount of money to repair the furniture? Which part? This one. We know angle around the point is 360. So how can you find out this angle? So first you can find out. Add all the angles 60, 150, 90. What's the total? You get total 9 plus 5, 14 plus 6, 20 and 1. So 300 there. So 360 minus 300 is the angle. So 360 minus 300. You get 60 degrees for this part. So this becomes 60 degrees. So if the price of the computer is 60,000 rupees, find the donated amount of money. So computer, which part? This one. 90-degree angle represent 60,000. Now they want the full amount donated. So that means 360 degrees. So 360 means this is multiplied by 4. So 4 times 6, 24. So can you see this one? 90 to 360 means multiplied by 4. You do the same thing. So what's the amount? 240,000 rupees is the total amount. So how many marks for these two steps? So you get 2 marks for 60-degree angle and 240,000, another 2 marks. Now we'll try to do the next part. So we found out this is 60. We'll continue. An addition of 10,000 rupees is donated by a parent to repair the furniture because the proposed amount is not enough for repair the furniture. Considering the total donation including the new donated amount, find the angle of the sector that should be separated. Repair the furniture in the newly drawn pie chart. Now all the angles are changing. So what is the amount given for furniture? So furniture means 60-degree angle. So first we need to find out previously what's the amount given. So 60 degrees. We found 90 degrees means 60,000. So what about 60 degrees? You divide by 90 and multiply by 60. So 0, 0, 3 times 3, 3 times 2. So 3 times here, 20,000. So you get 40,000 for furniture. But 10,000 given. So what's the new value for furniture? New value for furniture, we can add 10,000 to that. So what's the value? 50,000 rupees. Then you need to find out the total amount. Now total amount also changing. Earlier it was 240,000 rupees. So add, so the new total 240,000 plus 10,000. So what's the value? 250,000 is the total now. So we need to find out the angle. First we can find out the fraction. So what's the fraction? For furniture now, out of 250,000 rupees, 50,000 given for furniture. So that's as a fraction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 zeros, so 1/5. So you can find out the angle now. 1/5 of 360. So the new angle. Earlier 60, now new angle becomes 1/5 of 360. 5 times 7, 35 for 10, that's 2. New angle is now 72. Earlier 60 degrees. So how many marks for this part? So we can give 2 marks for finding 40,000 and adding 10,000, that's 1 mark there, and getting the new total 1 mark, and finding 72 degrees 2 marks. Now see, what's the total? 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, and previous one 6 plus 4, 10 marks for the whole question. Now you can try the last 2 questions in paper 1. Now you can do question number 4. So you get 4 parts there. So we'll do separately all 4 parts. First part, it says in the figure ABCDE is a memorial plaque created by removing the parts P and Q from a thin rectangular plate. Find the arc length of the removed semicircular part of P. So arc length, this one, half into 2 pi r. 2 pi. What is pi? 22/7 and r. R is here. Diameter is 14 because those 2 lengths are equal. So that means 7. So 7, 7, 2 with 2. So you get 22 centimeters for the arc length. Find the area of P. This is a semicircle. So half times pi r squared. Pi is 22/7. R is 7 into 7. So 7, 7 get cancelled out. 2 with 22, that's 11. 11 times 7, 77 square centimeters. Now we'll look at the second part. We did second part, third part. The part ABE, this one, of the memorial plaque is painted silver. So silver color here. This part silver. If the area of the shaded part Q is 42, so this part is 42. Since find the area of the silver painted part, so you are asked to find out this part. So we can use the area of the square, that's 14 times 14, and subtract the area of these two, you can find the silver part. So what is 14 times 14? Area of square, 14 times 14. What's the answer? Can you remember? That's 196. So if you can't do at once, do the multiplication separately and find out the answer. So you get 196 as the multiplication, 14 times 14. Then what's the area of the silver part? So area required, area of silver part becomes 196 minus these two. So we found the area of the semicircular part, that's 77. So 77 and 42 given for the other one. So 196 minus 9 11. So what's the answer? 7. 7. So 77 square centimeters is the silver part as well. Now fourth part. If the area of the plaque is 245 square centimeters, find the total height of the memorial plaque. So we know that, we'll take this color, this one and this one. This is the plaque. So this whole area is 245. So we know this one is 77. We found that. BEA part is 77. So how can you find out BCDE area? 245 is the total minus 77. You get 8, 1. So again check 15 and 14 and 1. So 168 square centimeters is this area. Then we know this is 14. This is a rectangle. So how can you find out the BC length? BC length is equal to 168 divided by 14. 14 times 1 for 28, that's 2. So 12 centimeters is this. Now, what is the height of the plaque? Height of the plaque is AB plus BC. We know that AB is 14. This one is 12. So you get 26 centimeters is the height of the plaque. So how you can get marks? So we'll look at the first part. So 22, that's 2 marks. And 77, 2 marks, that's 4. Third part, subtracting and get 77, 2 marks, that's 3 marks. You can get 3 marks, 7, and finally for this part, 3 marks. So 10 altogether. Now we'll look at last question. Fifth question. It takes 8 men 7 days to build a wall in a school. After 2 days starting the work, 2 men were absent. After working the remaining men in 2 days, the principal said that due to an emergency function, it is needed to complete the work before 1 day of the scheduled date. What is the number of man days of the task of building the wall? So, men 7, days 7 and 8 men. So, how many man days? Man days required, 8 times 7, 56 man days required. At the end of the second day of starting the work, write the number of man days of the remaining task, because after 2 days, so 2 days, 8 men worked. So what's the man days completed? Completed man days, 8 times 2, 16. So what's the remaining man days? Total man days 56 and subtract 16, you get 40 man days remaining. So that's the second part. So we'll give marks for these 2 parts. So you get 56, just 1 mark. And finding 40 man days, that's 2 marks. So So third part, according to the requirement of the school, find the extra number of men needed to finish the task. So we know 8 men were there, required 7 days. So after 2 days, what happens? How many men left? 2 men were absent after 2 days. So they worked 2 days. So 2 days with 8, they worked 16. 2 days 16, and earlier 56, now 40. 40 remaining man days are there. Then again, the remaining people also, they work 2 days. After working the remaining men in 2 days. So remaining men now 6. They work 2 days. So what's the man days? So how many man days are there? So how many man days are there now left? So here 6 times 2 already worked. 12 worked. 40 remaining. So now remaining one is, so remaining 40 minus 12, you get 8. So 28 man days are remaining. Now the principal wants the work to be completed before the scheduled times, 1 day before. So that means 6 days altogether. So 2 already finished, another 2. So how many days remaining now? Only 2 days remaining. So we need to complete 28 man days work. So how many men needed? 28 over 2. That's 14 men needed to complete the task now within 2 days. So they are asking how many extra men needed. Extra men needed, already 6 is there. So 14 minus 6, 8 men needed to complete this. So that's 8. So how many marks for this part? So you get 14. Up to 14 you get 4 marks. And finding 8, everything 4 marks for this step. So we did first 3 parts. So how many marks? 3 and 4, 7. So the last part, part B, that's another question not related to the first part. If custom duty of 30% is charged when imported a certain type of clock worth 2,800, find the value of the clock after paying the custom duty. So what's the value of the clock worth? It's 2,800 rupees. So 30% is charged when imported a certain type of clock. So what's the amount? You have to add the value charged for the custom duty. That's 30%. So how you find out at once? You can add 100 to that. So 2,800 is the value. 30%. If it's 100, you have to pay 130. So 130 over 100. That's how you can find at once. So 2 zeros get cancelled out. 0, 13 times 28. 10 and 3. So 3 times 8, 24. 3 times 2, 6 plus 2, 8. So 364. So what's the value? 3,640 rupees. So how many marks you can get? You get just 3 marks for the last step, 3,643 marks. So that's all together 10 marks. So this is the last question in paper 1. So make sure that you do all the questions first and then look at my answers to see whether your answers are correct.